Hey guys, kia ora, whakalofa lahi atu, and no mai hoki mai. Welcome back to today's podcast episode. On today's episode, it is all about loving yourself enough to be seen. Love yourself enough to be seen. Now, I hear it all the time. Women come to me, they tell me that they want more confidence, and there'll be a but. So they'll be like, but I just don't like attention. But I'm more of a background person. But I'll do it when I feel ready. I'll speak out when I feel ready. I'll wear the thing when I feel ready. And I just want to challenge that, because most women don't avoid being seen because they don't want to be visible. It's because they've been told along the way that being seen isn't safe. You've learned that being seen isn't safe. It might be in childhood where maybe you've shown up and someone's critiqued you, someone's criticized you, someone's tried to correct you, you were judged, you were laughed at, you were told that maybe you're too much. So you know what your body taught you? Your body taught you that hiding keeps you safe. And that becomes the pattern in your life because you're just trying to protect yourself. Your body's just trying to protect yourself. So you have this thought in your mind, this belief. A belief is just a thought that you think a lot, right? There's this belief that if I show up, if I'm seen, if I'm visible, it is unsafe. I will get judged. I will get critiqued. I will be told I'm too much. I will feel like I'm not good enough. And I mean, even in Polynesian culture as well, it's like even deeper, right? It's like, don't embarrass the family. Don't embarrass the culture. Don't draw attention to yourself. Don't think you're better than anyone else. Respect your elders, even at the cost of your own voice. Like, be seen and not heard. Don't talk back. Don't ask questions. So being seen didn't just feel uncomfortable. It was like wrong. It felt wrong. It felt disrespectful. But I want to talk about the cost of you being invisible, you not being visible, you not being seen, right? You lose yourself. You lose your voice. You lose who it is that you are. The world doesn't get to see your beauty. The world doesn't get to see who you are. Your confidence doesn't get to grow when you're hiding. You're in a room full of people and you feel invisible. You know, life just seems very flat, just very meh. And I think the saddest thing I see as well is people that's just their identity. Oh, that's just what I do. I'm just a background person. You know, oh no, I'm not out there. You know, no, I'm an introvert. You know, I don't do that. That's not who I am. I just hang back here. I don't like the spotlight. I don't like the limelight. And you're not showing up as who it is that you truly are. And I've had plenty of experiences like this. I think growing up, I was told a lot that I was too much. So much so that was why I started my brand as well, So Extra, because I was like, you know what, fuck y'all, I'm gonna be extra as fuck, and I fucking love it, and everyone else loves it too, and this makes me money to be so extra, to be too much, to be fully me, right? Everyone loves this shit, and I love this shit. I love myself so much. I'm unapologetically me. But on my whole journey, I used to go to these personal development classes or events and stuff like that, and I'd be in the back of the room. Actually, even before that, I signed up to a program. This was my first coaching program, right? I signed up for a whole year. I was ghost, you know, didn't show up, didn't introduce myself, wasn't in the chats, wasn't talking to the other women. You know, I was just kind of in the background, just kind of hanging out, chilling out, you know, not showing people or connecting with people and not really like doing the work, right? And then that year had happened and I was kind of like, well, fuck, I can't keep going on like this, right? I need to start doing things differently. So I started showing up differently. You know, when I would go to these events, I would be in the back of the room and then I would challenge myself. Okay, get a little bit closer to the front. You know, okay, sit somewhere new. Okay, introduce yourself to someone new. Okay, put your hand up and ask a question. Okay, get the microphone and speak on the microphone, right? But I was so scared of being seen, and the thought that was in my head was that nobody's going to understand me, right? I was in Australia, I was in Melbourne, I was the only Polynesian in the room, so I had this thought like, oh, no one's going to understand me, so I'm not going to show up, you know, oh, they're not going to understand where I come from, they're not going to understand my culture, my traditions, all the things. You know, I felt like I wasn't good enough because I was around, you know, people who weren't people of color, right? And I was like, I'm not good enough, so I'm just going to be here in the background, I'm just going to blend in, I'm not going to show up fully and all the things. And once I started started uncovering that and creating a safe space within myself, I was then able to show up in these spaces. I was then able to accept all of me and know that I was enough regardless, that I can show up in these spaces, right? I was like so worried about being judged, but what was I doing? I was judging all of them, right? I was sitting there judging and being like, yeah, everyone else judging them. And I was scared of being judged. It was like, because I was doing that. I was projecting, my own insecurities, right? So I get it. Like, it does feel safer to hide in the back. It does feel safer to not be seen, so that you're not criticized, so that you're not judged, so you're not called too much, so people don't pick out your insecurities. I say your insecurities because these insecurities are not even yours as well. When you get to the bottom of it, you realize that they're not your insecurities. So you need to give them back. But that's a whole other podcast. I probably already have a podcast out like that. So go and listen to that one. So yeah, that was kind of my journey. So like, I just want you to know that I so get it, and I'm not sitting here trying to tell you to do something that I haven't done myself. I would never do that. That is not a part of my coaching. And another one I would say more recently was moving from Melbourne. I think I talked about this on another podcast, was moving from Melbourne to New Zealand, and my life is so much different. Like in Melbourne, I had my own place. I was basically around myself a lot. I had a bed, so I'm on a mattress on the floor now. Had my own place, had my own car, all these kinds of things, right? And I come to New Zealand and I'm on a mattress on the ground, I'm in my sister's whare as well. There's so many people around. I don't really have privacy or alone time. I don't have the house to myself, right? And I was kind of struggling with showing up fully as I am because I felt like I was starting from ground zero. And I was like, wow, I have to figure out how I'm going to make this background look nice so that I can do a podcast and all these things. And it wasn't until a beautiful friend had just said to me, like, you should just do it there. Just do it there on the mattress. Like, that'll be fucking great, and told me, like, called me out to be like, show up fully online, be fully seen, because I thought that I had to look a certain way to be professional, to show up online in my business and all these kinds of things, right? And it wasn't until I started showing up authentically me and actually being seen with all the things that I thought that I wasn't supposed to do. Like I was fully being seen as me unapologetically, that I feel like my business has gotten, more engagement, more movement here, right? Opportunities coming towards me and all these kinds of things, right? So it's such a beautiful thing when you show up fully and you're fully seen in your life, the types of opportunities that come because you are being your fully expressed self, because you are being yourself, because you are showing up fully. You're not hiding behind anything. And I mean, I probably have so many more examples when, I was really body conscious and I was hiding my body. So I'd hide myself, or I wouldn't go out, or I'd hide in black, or I'd hide in oversized things. It's like, you're not allowing yourself to fully be seen in the world. You don't wear what you want to wear because you're like, oh no, my body's too fat to wear that. I shouldn't wear color because I'm too fat. I shouldn't wear tight things because I'm too fat. My tummy's showing and all the things. So there's probably so many examples there, but I want you to look around your life and maybe ask yourself, like, where am I hiding in my life? Where am I scared to be seen in my life? And actually something that I learned along the way of this journey was that confidence didn't come before I was willing to be seen, right? It was like I had to be seen, I had to show up, and then confidence was like a byproduct of that. So when I was hiding at the back of the room at events, my confidence didn't appear, and then I was like, hey, put my hand up and grabbed the microphone and talked, right? I did it first, and then because I did that, my confidence grew. So then the next time I did it again, or the next time I did something even more drastic. Actually, I did start really small. I started from being at the back of the room, then I slowly moved up to the front of the room, then I slowly started introducing myself to certain people and more people, and then I slowly put my hand up to say things, and then I picked up the microphone to say things, right? So actually, I was just like having a moment thinking about those moments of when I was like so scared to be like, yes, like I want to say something. And now I go to events, I'm first one up. I'm speaking without the microphone. I'm like up, standing up, talking, mingling, all the things. I love it. I love it so much. But that confidence wasn't built before I did the things, right? I had to do it. I had to take action to then be able to accumulate that confidence, or be able to get that confidence, right? To build that confidence. So when I say say, love yourself enough to be seen. I'm not like, change your whole life and go do drastic things tomorrow. Go stand up in front of your workplace and announce who you are and all the things. Like, no, just these little steps along the way. It might be tomorrow you decide to wear something that you've been so scared to wear. Like, you're like putting it off to wear it because you're like, no, this is like really bright, or this is really out there. This is too much, right? But today you're like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to show up. I'm going to wear whatever the fuck it is that I want to wear. It might be at work. You introduce yourself to one new person instead of looking away and hiding. It might be walking down the road on your next walk or whatever and saying hi to a stranger. It might be putting your hand up in a meeting to speak. It might be speaking to your family and telling them how you feel about something and sharing your opinion without apologizing in any area of your life. It might be posting online authentically for the first time. It might be taking up space in culture groups, in sports groups, even just joining those kinds of spaces. It might be speaking even if your voice shakes. Even to this day, when I do speaking gigs, handshake, voice shakes, it goes into this high pitch range, my legs shake, everything shakes. But this is a part of being seen. This is a part of taking up space. This is a part of confidence. So I want you to ask yourself, where am I still hiding in life? And what is one actionable step I'm going to take, even if it's just small, to allow myself to be seen? And go ahead and do it. Like, go ahead and practice it. Don't explain, don't justify yourself, don't judge yourself. Just go and exist and be and do the damn thing. You don't need to be perfect to be seen. You don't need to change yourself to be seen. You don't need to be enough, and you already are enough, right? It's your birthright. You're already worthy. You're already enough exactly as you are. You don't need to change anything to be seen. So show up fully as it is that you are. And just think about it. If you don't show up in life, who is missing out? Not only are you missing out in life, but the people in the world are missing out on your joy, are missing out on experiencing who it is that you truly are. Your kids are missing out, your partner's missing out, your family's missing out. People are missing out because you're not showing up. And if you want to do even bigger things, people who need to hear your message, people who need to see someone who looks like you so that they feel represented, in that area, they are missing out as well. You're missing out on this impact that you can give to the world. So show up, be seen, build that confidence, take action. You are perfect exactly as you are. You do not need to be fixed to start being seen. I love you so much. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Ka kite, koe kia. See you tomorrow.